Welcome to another segment of Don't Cancel Me or My Movie Opinions. It's your boy Peachy Perfect, and today we're here to review Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which probably should have been called Aquaman and the War with Global Warming. Let's run it.
I don't know what lies ahead, but we can't leave our children a world without hope.
You're not as bad at this as you think.
Now, first I want to go off and tell you the things that I did like about the movie. In the first Aquaman movie, they introduced us to a world that we've never seen before, unlike any other superhero movie. They explored the underwater kingdom known as Atlantis and even the other kingdoms that go with the underwater world. This movie definitely does a good job of picking that up, showing us, exploring more of the ocean. It takes us all around the ocean to places that we've never seen. The movie is called The Lost Kingdom, so they even takes us to the seventh kingdom that used to be a part of the underwater kingdom. This movie does a really good job of showing us everything that we would like to see and even more. The colors are bright. The CGI looks better. They're not making that stupid bubble thing that they have to talk under. They can just talk like regular. The way that their hair looks underwater, Aquaman's suit looks bright. Everybody's costumes, everything looked good. Visually, the movie was amazing. Another thing I did enjoy with the movie was the action scenes. The action scenes was awesome. Of course, James Wan, which is normally known as a horror director, did a really good job of capturing all of the great fight scenes between Aquaman and Mantis, and even Orem and Mantis, and all the machines and stuff that was used, all the ancient Atlantean technology that was used in this movie, just made for really good action scenes. I couldn't complain. I was very entertained by that part of the movie, seeing that there's action probably almost every 10 to 15 minutes of the movie. As far as story, what I really did enjoy about the movie was Aquaman's brother Orem's story arc throughout the movie. He's the only one I feel in the entire movie who had a story arc that was very, very, very pleasable. Seeing him in this movie, seeing where he started off in this movie and where he ended was really, really, really poetic in my opinion. Of course, this is no spoiler review, but I will say this, that going in and using his brother, having to use his brother to help him catch Black Manta, you really start to see the brother's transformation as he starts to understand that the land dwellers may not be as bad as you think. What I didn't like about this movie was the story, how it was chopped and edited like they used CapCut. With this movie having to really be a couple years late, it seems like this movie had really bad edits. As one scene, one thing's going on, and then it cuts to another scene, and it's completely different in a very dramatic way. I know one particular scene where somebody in Aquaman's family is in trouble, and so the tone from the scene that just happened to the tone of finding out a family member was in trouble was just completely different, and it just kicked up out of nowhere. I do think that this movie really tried to cut Amber Heard out of the movie as much as they could, which is, I believe, the main cause of all this choppiness. Amber Heard was definitely in the movie, but she really was not in the movie. She had limited talking scenes. She had limited visual scenes. She was almost like a cameo that just kept popping up just so you can remember, oh, hey, I'm in the movie too. They do give her a small moment, but still, I feel like they just had to give her that moment. But, due to the outcome of the trial between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I think Aquaman did its best to try to write around her and edit around her. And I do think that caused a lot of error in all these scenes. Maybe if she was able to keep it going and be in the movie like she was probably supposed to be, I think that would have filled a lot of the holes that we were missing out throughout the entire movie. It was your typical superhero movie where you have a human villain that has to find some kind of artifact or something to make sure he has the powers to fight up against the superpower hero. This movie does that, like I said, very typical. But this movie also, in doing that, sets up an even bigger and badder villain that we thought we would be able to see in the movie. One of my things I did not like about the movie is how they hyped up this extremely bad villain just for it to have a lackluster ending. I know when you all see it, you all will be able to tell me what you think, but I just didn't like how they used all this story throughout the entire movie just to get to where they got to and had to end it like they did. Another thing that really bothered me about this film, I spoke on it earlier, piggybacking off of the Amber Heard situation. I believe that this movie tried to change the story and almost make Aquaman a single father. But in doing that, it kind of messed up the continuity, because there's a scene, particularly in the beginning of the movie, where Aquaman is talking to his dad about being a single father, how hard it was. And Aquaman, I think if I'm not wrong, I believe Aquaman cheers to being a single father, to making it think he was doing all this on his own. But I think that was an effect of cutting Amber Heard out of the film. But at the end of the movie, you have all these people rallying around this child that really wasn't there throughout the entirety of the movie. So it was just a little weird to me. Overall, if you like the first movie, I can definitely see you going in there and enjoying this movie. For me, it was really about 3 years too late, as this was supposed to conclude the DCEU as we know it. It's been rough, but it has been entertaining. But this movie didn't really end it. It was just a sequel to the first movie. The DCEU had a rough going. A lot of people upset. We had The Flash that dropped earlier this year. A lot of people didn't enjoy that movie as well. So this movie was just like, here you go. We know this movie is late, but we've already filmed it, and now you can have it. Whether you like it or not, it's out there in the world. There's nothing we can do about it. We can at least recoup some of the money that we spent into it. And this movie to me felt like that's exactly what was their mindset when releasing this movie. With the ending of the DCEU, the trial of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, this movie really had a lot going against it. So they did the best that they could with the circumstances that they had. So for me, this movie, I rank it a 6 out of 10. A fun date night movie, but you might need a little drink before you go in and see it. But once again, this has been Peachy Perfect. Don't cancel me or my movie opinions. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace.